Why are your competitors showing up on page 1 for Google for local services when you're stuck on page 3, even though you have better work? Most home service owners think they just need a basic website with a service page that highlights what they do. But that one mistake is costing you thousands of dollars in lost calls every single month. In this video, I'm going to show you what Google wants to see on your service pages so you can take that money back and put it in your pocket. I'm going to give you the exact service page optimization that gets our home service businesses ranking in the top 3 on Google, where high intent customers are actively looking to book their jobs. And I'll give you the 5 critical elements Google is scanning for right now that will determine whether you rank or you get buried in Google search. Look, many contractors and home service businesses are spending thousands on Google ads every single month just to stay visible, but the smarter ones are optimizing for AI and building service pages to watch their organic calls and visibility on these search models go higher. So let me ask you something. When you search for an emergency electrician in Austin, Texas, what kind of page are you hoping to land on? You don't want to land on some general homepage that says, we do plumbing, HVAC, electrical. You want to land on a page that is 100% lined up with the reason for your search, which would be emergency electrician in Austin, to give you pricing info, how fast they can get there, what their process looks like, and the best way to get a hold of someone. And that's exactly what Google and AI are starting to think of. When somebody searches for a specific service in a location, Google wants to show them the most relevant page possible. And very rarely is that ever going to be just your homepage. You need to have pages around the locations and the services you offer. Because here's the difference. Your homepage is optimized for one high-level service keyword. This could be a general term like plumbing services Buffalo, but a dedicated service page that's specifically focused on one thing, such as drain cleaning in Miami or AC repair in Orlando. Here are some key benefits for why this works. Keyword targeting, you can optimize for specific long tail, high intent keywords that people actually search when they're ready to book, not just when they're browsing. Second, it's great content depth. You have the space to dive deep into that one service, talk about your benefits, your process, your pricing, your testimonials, your FAQ questions, everything your customer needs to know to make a better decision. It also helps for user experience. When someone lands on a page that answers their questions, they don't bounce back to Google. They go ahead and book a call. And higher conversion rates increase your SEO. And so you're going to get more people to schedule your drain cleaning or your plumbing needs today, rather than just a generic contact us button. And without dedicated service pages, you're trying to rank your homepage for over 20 plus different service terms. And here's what happens. You actually rank for none of them. And you want to know why I know this works? Because your competitors are doing this and they're stealing every single one of your calls every single day. So the question is, how many service pages should you have? The simple rule is 1 page per service. If you offer drain cleaning, water heating repair, emergency plumbing, those are 3 different pages. Each one is specifically optimized for one specific keyword. And if you serve multiple cities, you want to create a location-specific version of those services, such as plumbing services in Orlando or drain cleaning in Winter Park, and target your main cities and will continue to grow as you expand your business. Okay, now that you know that you need service pages, what actually goes on these pages? Let's break down the 5 elements Google is actually looking for. There are 5 core elements that Google scans for on every service page. And if you miss even one of these, you're making it much harder for Google and AI to rank you. And if you nail all 5, like I'm about to show you, you're going to outrank your competition who are still using razor thin 100-word plus pages that provide absolutely no information to Google or AI. First, your main keyword needs to appear in 4 critical spots: your H1 heading, your title tag, your URL, and your meta description. Let's say you're a plumber in Miami and you want to rank for emergency plumber Miami. Here's exactly what that will look like. The URL will read yoursite.com/emergency-plumber-Miami. It's clean, descriptive, and keyword rich. Your title tag, which shows in Google and AI, should say Emergency Plumber Miami 24/7 service and your company name. This is what people click on when they see you in the search results. The main heading H1 should say 24/7 emergency plumber services in Miami, Florida, similar to the title, but written a little cleaner for humans. And then the meta description should be a short 150 character summary that includes the keyword and the reason to click. Need an emergency plumber in Miami? We offer 24/7 service with upfront pricing. call now. Notice the title and the H1 are similar, but they're not identical. The title is optimized for clicks and search, while the H1 is readable once you land on the page, and also for the AI and Google crawlers to read. The key is to balance keywords with natural language. Don't just write emergency plumber Miami. That's very robotic. Write something that says emergency plumber in Miami, Florida with 24/7 service. It reads better and still has your target keyword. Second, you need semantic keywords. These are keywords related to the terms you're trying to rank for alongside your main keyword. Semantic keywords help Google understand the full context of your page. They're not just synonyms, they're words that show up naturally when you talk about the service that you offer. For example, if your main keyword is drain cleaning, your semantic keywords might be clogged sink, slow draining shower. These are problems that customers would describe. Hydrojetting or drain snake, these are terms to describe the tools and methods you may use. For sewer line inspection or pipe repair, these are related services to that term. An emergency plumber or 24/7 service, these capture the urgency to the service that you offer. And where do you find these? There's 3 easy ways to do this. Google has a people always ask section under your main keyword, and you can look specifically at the questions and the statements people are asking. These phrases are gold for SEO. Scroll to the bottom and you'll see a long list of other search results and related queries. You can also see exactly what people are searching for that way. These keywords should appear naturally throughout your content, in your paragraphs, your subheadings, in bullet points. Don't just write them, provide comprehensive, helpful content where they'll naturally find their place. Third, Google needs to know exactly where you provide this service. And there's one way to very easily do this. The best way is with a structured bulleted list with an embedded Google map. Here's the format. Create a section on your page labeled service areas or cities we serve. List out every city and major neighborhood where you actually provide the service. So for Miami, it could be Coral Gables, Kendall, Aventura, and make each city a clickable link that you have a dedicated location page for, and embed your Google Maps on that main location page or service areas we serve page. Don't just write a paragraph that says we serve a 25-mile radius. That's very vague. List the actual city names and the services. Google and AI need specificity when it comes to these types of things. Fourth, your website needs to have internal links. These are linking from one service or one location to another to tell Google exactly what services you offer. Internal links serve 2 purposes. They help users find related services, and they help Google understand how all of your pages connect. Each service page should have 5 to 10 internal links to related service pages, to blog postings, to other locations that you may offer the exact same service. And a lot of times, more internal links will push priority to the pages that have them, meaning revenue generating pages will get the biggest boost on your site, which are the ones we are trying to rank for. These links should be woven naturally into the content, not just dumped into a sidebar. And finally, you need authentic location tagged images. Google and AI are looking for geotagging, which means embedding GPS coordinates into image metadata. So Google and AI know exactly where the photo was taken, proving that you did the work there, therefore better ranking in the results. The easiest way to do this is use your smartphone. When you take a photo at the job site with location services turned on, the GPS data is automatically embedded. Then when you upload it to your website, Google can see that this photo was taken in Miami, not pulled from a stock photo site. So what type of images and photos should you use? Before and after shots of completed work are your absolute best way of going about it. You can also show photos of your team in action, technicians, uniforms, brand sites, team photos, branded vehicles. All of these go a long way to helping you get better geotagged images on the site. Ideally, you would never use any stock photos, as customers can tell, and it really looks bad for your credibility. Now, here's the most important thing that business owners get wrong. They think a service page needs just a couple of paragraphs and a phone number, but that's a huge ranking killer. When someone searches for heating repair in Buffalo, they have many questions. How much is this going to cost? How quickly can you get there? What's your process on my end? Do you offer financing? What makes you different than all the other heating companies in town that I've already looked at? A 200-word service page is not going to be enough to get you that type of content and help close the deal. So with those pages, users then hit the back button and go find a competitor's site that does answer those types of questions. You want to structure your service page with clear H2 and H3 headings to break it up, to talk about the benefits, the processes, the FAQs, the multiple areas that you may work, the multiple services that you offer, include multiple CTAs for them to click for a free quote or a phone call, and other images to possibly break up the text. Your goal with this page is to make your page the single best resource in your area for that specific service. And when you do that, Google rewards you with better rankings. So how long does this take to work? And do you need backlinks, or is this on-page optimization enough? Here's the reality. SEO is not instantaneous. After you optimize your service pages, Google needs to recrawl and re-index them, or index them in the first place. And that normally takes at least a couple of weeks for that to happen. You will see initial movement, keywords starting to rank, increases in impressions around the 4 to 6 week mark. But real measurable results, those typically take anywhere from 8 weeks to 3 to 4 months, depending on your competition. In competitive markets, reaching those top 3 spots can take 6 to 12 months due to the work. The good news is it's sustainable. Once you're ranking, you stay ranking as long as you maintain the quality, you continue building backlinks, and you continually getting more and more reviews to your business. Now about the backlinks. On-page optimization is the foundation. In low competition markets, it may be enough to get you to page 1. But in those higher competitive markets in major cities and popular services, you're going to need backlinks. And these are links from other websites that are pointing to your page that tell Google and AI that you have authority and trust and should be ranked high. Now, you don't need hundreds of links. In most local markets, 30 to 40 quality links combined with great on-page optimizations will get you into the top spots. Most of our clients, we build 4 to 5 of those a month. So your goal would be to start with on-page optimization and then layer in consistent backlink strategy as you continue to grow. So to recap, you need dedicated service pages for every service you offer. On each page, make sure you have your right keywords in place, the right semantic keywords, content throughout, clear service area info, strategic internal links, and geotagged images. Write 800 plus words of content on those pages and be patient, as it can take anywhere from 2 months to 6 months or more to get business based on the competition. And I know this is a lot to implement on your own. You're running your own business. You don't have time to be doing all of the SEO work. That's exactly why I'm offering free SEO audits right now for home service businesses. I am going to personally analyze your website, show you exactly what's holding you back from ranking, and even talk you through opportunities to revolutionize your AI infrastructure to save more time so you can make more money and get you into the top 3 spots in Google. If you want to take advantage of this offer, click the link in the description to book your free audit. And spots are limited because I do these calls personally and I only have so much time. So let's get you ranking and generating consistent organic leads today. Lastly, service pages are just one piece of the puzzle. The other massive ranking factor is your Google business profile. And if you haven't optimized that yet, you're leaving plenty of money on the table. So you're going to want to watch this next video where I break down the exact Google business optimization strategy that gets my clients into the top 3 of the map pack, where 60% of all local clicks happen.